caution at the end of lap number 3. Spanaway Washington's Derek Cope, the winner here in 1990. And who did he beat? Dale Earnhardt on the last lap. 62-year-old Cope is into the wall here on the 3rd lap in number 15.
Looks like maybe a tire went down. It just happened very slowly as he came into turn 3.
Yeah, that was in the 2001 Daytona 500.
That's like back in your era, Jeff.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Almirola Bowman.
Oh, the 24's on his side. Remember what I said, Clint, about 21 cars? I don't know if we got there, but man, that took out a lot of race cars and a lot of great race cars in there.
I know Eric Almirola was one of the front ones up front, so anytime that happens up front, you're going to take out a lot of them. There's Jamie McMurray.
All these cars stuck in that mud. We've had heavy rain down here overnight.
Tyler Reddick. That is a dozen of destruction.
When we talk about being aggressive, bump drafting, switching lanes here early on, only 14 laps into this 200-lap race.
Oh, Eric Almirola, who won his dual race, thought he had a great shot for the 500. All torn up.
And I see a gap in between Eric and the 20 car.
And look at the push coming from Kyle Busch to his teammate Christopher Bell. Now that's going to get him to the rear bumper.
Big shot.
Oh, he just got over on that right side.
I could tell you another part of that equation, Jeff. These cars, they have skew in the rear ends. That's obviously for speed and make the cars go fast, make them pull up to other cars. It's also, in my experience, makes them squirrely. When that car hits him, it pushes that car into the steer of the rear end, and it can turn you in a heartbeat.
We're so reminiscent when Eric Almirola lost the lead in the closing yards of this race in 2018.
He was along for the ride. As soon as that contact hit, it just turned his car right. He took the words right out of my mouth. Unbelievable. Crushing blow to so many teams, so many efforts that it goes into having fast cars and being at this Daytona 500. That was a lot of heavy hitters in this one.
We're going to ride with Ryan Newman through this.
Well, look at that 24 car go up on the side on 2 wheels.
Smashed just as badly as he got with his primary car
that's
Thursday
his
night.
backup car.
At least a dozen cars involved. Oh, David Reagan torn up as well.
Got around with him in the middle lane. Airline's got a little bit more of a run. 43 closing on you. But still has got spinning top, spinning top, spinning top.
Riding with Kurt Busch. That's Tyler Reddick right behind.
Stay low, stay low, stay low, stay low, stay low, stay low.
You can see just how fast he got to the impact. Didn't take long to get to the crash, does it, Jeff?
No, it doesn't, especially when it happens to one of those guys running second or third. It's just absolutely nothing. You can just...
Worst case scenario, too, has that big run coming up on what we all know is happening.
Jumps on the brakes here, a little wheel hop. He's in it at that point.
Look at that heart rate skyrocketing.
Jamie McMurray started this race at a heart rate of 100, so that tells you the intensity.
Eric Almirola turned into Alex Bowman, and it's on.
It just doesn't take a whole lot, you know, and especially if that front bumper hits the rear bumper in the wrong spot. And first he got him pretty good. You know, Christopher Bell got his front bumper to the rear bumper of Almirola on the left side. That turned him sideways, but then unfortunately, as he moved back and forth,
be able to react. Unfortunately, there was nothing he could do. It literally spun out.
In 2018, Almirola was leading the 500 on the backstretch in the final lap, and he got Marshall Dillon. Austin won the race, and Almirola was climbing out of his car in a location very similar to where that car comes to rest right now.
And when you're inside the car at those speeds and the wreck starts happening, it just feels like it takes forever.
Oh.
You could see there Kurt Busch just spinning around on like a top, getting hit, spinning him left, spinning him right. Look at the damage to the rear bumper area. Wreck! Quinn Houff and Chase Briscoe.
And caution is out for the third time at lap 38.
I had just looked up naturally and was looking where the 14 was. He was back in like a 3-car pack off of the field a little bit.
Now those cars were on the lead lap in 22nd and 23rd positions.
Doesn't look like Chase has got
right
too
front
much
damage to pit road.
Yeah, we're gonna have to back it up a little bit more. They're already spun right there.
Clearly contact or something happened between these two guys that got him. Right there, he's doing everything he can.
Long for the ride.
There goes Chase Elliott. Let's ride with him through this.
Just staying inside. It's as free as in your mirror. The 5 top gonna hit it. Mid, down, good down.
Well, his spotter Eddie DeHunt helping him get through it. Now remember, the 20 machine of Christopher Bell, that car only changed right side tires on that last pit stop.
And Jamie McMurray's involved.
Good into your 500.
Christopher Bell cuts down a left rear tire and goes around. Back up, Keselowski with him. McDowell in tow. Dillon on the bottom.
The run's on top.
Whoa!
Teammates.
Around they go in a hard crash. Kyle Busch.
Kyle Larson.
Caution is out.
Bubba Wallace is in this. Austin Cindric, hard hit by Kyle Busch.
Caution's out.
McDowell is first to the line, but will have to go back to the moment of caution, which ends the race. Brad Keselowski is climbing out. He's okay. Joey Logano we see taking off the gloves and the steering wheel. And Michael McDowell from Glendale, Arizona, for Bob Jenkins Front Row Motorsports, has won the Daytona 500.
How about that?
Man.
That's a huge win for Michael McDowell and that team. Doesn't get any bigger than this.
And a huge crash. Brad Keselowski gets hard into the wall, trying to win the Daytona 500, and Kyle Busch piles in at over 190 miles an hour. Let's join Vince Welch.
Well said.
He went to make the move. He's got so much momentum. There's nothing more that he could do. And I think Joey Logano didn't make an abrupt move. He just tried to slowly slow down that momentum, and they made contact.
And in hindsight, when you look at it now that you've seen the wreck and know what happened, well, he wrecked his teammate. That's not the case. He was going for the biggest race of his career. He hasn't won this Daytona 500.
Now that is at the chicane, and there are a lot of cars taking evasive action there.
Biggest thing I didn't like about that is he hit.
Heavy damage.
Ross Chastain is going to put us under caution for the 4th time today.
Clear.
Thinking there was a crossover right here. I'm thinking there was some help with that one.
I think you're right.
Whoa, Kurt Busch! Pow!
Our leader, we saw him go off there
And there was contact.
Accelerate. Very good off the way.
Kind of hard to accelerate when it...
Well, I didn't know if it was because of the 96
Yeah,
front,
96 might check
but
up
the
a
one
little bit.
definitely ran over the top of him.
What I think we're going to do is probably split this stage in half, as you see Eric Almirola in the 10 going around, but he gets going. So I'm...
Oh, that's never good. Tyler Reddick.
In position to win.
Wow.
Oh, look at this.
That's big.
Tyler Reddick going to bring out the caution here.
Works really good until somebody doesn't want to give.
Right there.
Ooh, just like the 18
Like
car early in this race, but much worse.
I think a teammate may have run him off into the...
Goes around.
No! Slid the front tire, got into the Christopher Bell, and away he went.
And gets away.
Ooh, right
As soon
there,
as
yeah.
he downshifted, that thing went into a wheel hop. Nothing you can do. Long for the ride, especially when you have a car on your outside like that.
Late move to the 2. That's not going to work. Oh, he
Man.
just starts getting loose.
A wheel hop too. All the above. Just got in too hot.
Yeah, and he got down that lower apron there. I'm wondering if that contributed to it. Now Larson going into second. Remember? Oh, Larson wheel hops.
Oh!
Pow!
No.
Into the tire wall goes Kyle Larson.
You see William Byron already missed the chicane. He had to stop, and then these guys are just getting crazy coming off of that chicane at the start-finish line. And while that's going on ahead of them, I think Denny Hamlin and him made contact as he tried to do the crossover.
And Chase ends up in the wrong place. Truex and the 9 of Chase Elliott.
So he knows he's
Right
going to do
here.
the crossover, and Denny Hamlin just goes to fill that hole. They make contact, turns them.
Where Ryan Blaney has made contact with Eric Almirola.
One fast. Gotta take it down. Fast, right on you.
I just really think Almirola just thought maybe he was going to try to sort of do a bit of a slide job there, Clint, on the 12 car of Ryan Blaney. He comes up, but Ryan has too big of a run, and the 10 just can't stop the momentum. Comes up, gets in the left front of the 12 of Blaney, turns him into the wall. Boy, Denny may have a run on our leader. Yes, he does.
Oh,
nice,
trouble.
Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott around, evasive action, and he's going to get clear without contact.
Wow.
Hey, that might be a put it out next week.
That is, man. 360, keep her going. Great driving right there.
Lap 169.
Taking the air off Chase Elliott. I don't know if Kevin Harvick, where he was located, but obviously there was just very little downforce to the car, to the 9 car of Chase Elliott.
Yeah, hit Kurt Busch in that right rear. It'd be interesting to see what his right rear is like.
He just gets loose.
Just the air off of those 2 cars. He got up there.
Caught a piece of Kurt Busch there, I think.
He did, but you could see he was gaining momentum through the corner. And
Car in the wall, turn 1. Eric Almirola. I believe he may have cut down a tire because that car just, Jeff, did not turn.
I'm telling you, Mike, I would not be surprised if he made a little bit of contact with somebody, and that's what cut that right front tire down for Eric Almirola. I mean, you see, he tries to slow it down, but just doesn't slow it down.
Now it's on a splitter and takes off.
Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, man.
It's just like a scheme and better and kind of.
Oh, stack up between and around goes a car in 2. It's Bowman. That was an accordion style threesome down in turn 1, and Alex Bowman got the worst of it.
Yeah, pretty heavy damage there to the left rear, around into the wall. So he and Chastain make a little bit of contact. And yeah, looks like a little contact from the 3 car of Austin Dillon.
Pretty good eye, Mike. That's exactly what I
was going to say, Mike, you nailed it.
Yeah.
The accordion effect. Tries to peek to the inside of Ross Chastain. Oh, Ross maybe checked up a little bit, and then I don't know if Austin Dillon made contact with the 48.
Go in there. Just inside, very bottom, apron down there. Right with you out back. Hang on to it, lock it down, lock it down, lock it down.
You saw the 42 had it. He got.
A little bit of help, or a lot of help.
That's a lot of help.
Let's see.
Alfredo was. Tyler Reddick had flirted with the outside wall coming off turn 2 for the last 3 laps, and finally it slapped him. We're under caution.
Yeah, just too high. Got into marbles like we were talking about. You can see them marbles up there on the top of that racetrack. Once you get those on your tires, you're on ice.
Well, he did almost the exact same thing down at the other end of the racetrack in turns 3 and 4, but he didn't get into the wall.
9 overtime finishes here. That is
Front
third only
straightaway
to Daytona Talladega. And there's our caution, boys and girls.
Just as you called it.
Was that your trend right there, Larry?
Top of your screen.
You can see Kyle gets loose, had to check up. He either got tight and went up the racetrack, or the back end stepped out, but he had to check up, and Ross Chastain was wide open.
Yeah, it looked to me like he got loose on the throttle, had to check up at the wall to stay out of it. 42 got into him. Exactly what we saw with the 48 and the 42 earlier.
Hamlin, the 48.
And you see Kyle really spinning his tires.
Now middle's good. You're good to the middle. Good to the middle. You're clear all the way. Clear all the way.
Look what it did to that line.
Turn the wall, Kurt Busch.
I think this is a product, some guys pushing.
That's a product of everything that happened and what we were talking about.
He was trying to get it all, and he got turned.
It's Kyle Busch, you can see his hands in there. He's spinning the tires. 9 of Chase Elliott's going, get going, man, get going. And he had to check up.
Just an innocent bystander, really.
The one car seemed to get a little bit loose right
well,
there
because he
the
was
limit.
having to slow up to keep off of the 9 car. Again, all stacks up.
Ride with Kurt Busch, the Monster Energy can.
That's a lot of damage, too.
Oh, yeah, that's a hard hit.
He's lucky.
Yeah, he's
that
lucky
could have
the
been
one
right in his
stayed
lap.
up,